Right now I'm a student at the University of Arizona, School of Theater, Film and Television. And last semester, my professor came in and she was like, start writing your scripts over the summer. And then on August 1st, you guys are gonna submit them. And then Craig T. Nelson wants to be in one of your senior films.
I think I indicated 2 years ago that I wanted to do something with the drama department or film or television, and you know what I could do to support some of the kids that are coming up. And so we started talking, and then you know gradually it kind of evolved into doing some student films and reading them and maybe getting involved that way.
My dad is kind of a modern cowboy. He grew up riding horses, working on a ranch and stuff like that. And as I was growing up, I always noticed like he was watching these Westerns and they looked so exciting. And there's like shootouts and fights and all this like hyper masculine type things. And as I got older, I was thinking like, what happens to a cowboy after all that? And so that's kind of where it came from. Rewind back to August, we're all sitting in class and stuff, and we're going through our daily normal things, and she comes in and she's like, hey, by the way, Craig's gonna be in your film. It was very like nonchalant type announcement, and we're here, we're in the set right now, we're filming it.
First off, all of you guys, we're here, you know, we're gonna do this thing together, and all of the contributions that you guys have made, I'm super stoked with. Let's get it, guys.
Everybody on this set right now has been handpicked because we've worked together before in the past.
My role as one of the producers is I'm mainly in charge of set logistics, as well as I helped quite a bit in the casting process.
Action.
Rose, I gave that stuff to you.
Getting to see him in his element as a director has been, it's been awesome.
Can we do it one more time?
As a producer, my day-to-day really consists of taking care of this crew. Everybody's lent their time and talents to us, and I want to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to do what they can at the best of their abilities.
And between the three of us, we worked a lot on the script and the story.
This is my senior thesis film, Be Still Boone. It's about a cowboy who's gone through a lot in his life. And it's kind of a story about him reflecting on that time and realizing that the times that meant the most to him weren't like shooting guns and doing cowboy stuff, but rather like the family that he ultimately made and like fostered along the way. And so he figures that out along this journey.
But the other way is too, we even do that with words.
Yeah.
So his inability, one of the motivations I had for getting in the business was to do a Western, because that's what I grew up with. So yeah, you get a kind of a chance to fulfill a portion of that dream. And I think this one specifically was one that authentically, I think, represented what I wanted to do, portray. Except I'm not on a horse and I'm not shooting anybody, so that's a real bummer.
I thought you were pulling focus on that one.
I originally grew up in Oklahoma. At an early age, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, so I kind of found a little bit of direction when I joined the Air Force. And I was in the Air Force for about 10 years. I was working on turbine engines on the flight line, and they ended up deploying me to Afghanistan. Eventually, I got super sick to the point where I couldn't even get up and walk, and I couldn't really breathe. It got way worse because of the dust out there. My supervisor came to me, he's like, dude, you gotta go to the hospital. And they asked me if anybody had done an x-ray on me. And I told them no. I went to the hospital, did the x-ray with them, and went back to my dorm, and they were like, hey, we're gonna give you a call in a couple days. So I hop on the phone with my now wife, and I was just telling her, I was like, I don't wanna be here right now. And she's like, I have a feeling something's gonna come around and just knock you on your ass. And I get a call from that hospital, and they say, hey, we need you to come back here, like right now. There's like 10 doctors all in the room with me, and they told me that I had a giant mass in my chest, bigger than a softball, and it was pressing on my heart and my left lung. They sent me to Washington, D.C., where I got amazing care. And they found out that it was mediastinal B-cell lymphoma. So they're like, we're gonna try chemo. So did chemo for about 6 months, and I go to my appointment, and my doctor's like, you're done. Like literally like on the same day. And I called Catherine. I was like, so happy, so excited. Then like another challenge arose from that, where did this thing for like 10 years and I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life now. And I just remembered like when I was younger, me and my friends used to have a lot of fun making stupid videos, like YouTube videos. And I was like, there's gotta be like, you know, some kind of job in this type of thing. And so I eventually ended up going back to school for film. And then that's your desk over there. Boone, the main character in this film, I kind of based a little bit off of my father, just because my dad is a cowboy guy, like gruff, like grit dude. But whenever I started going through my cancer stuff, I saw like a totally different side of him. I saw him like shed tears, which I'd never seen really before. And I just noticed like this kind of like outside shell that he had been personifying the whole time. He had a lot of like deep emotions beneath that. And that's kind of how Boone is in this story.
My gosh, he's grown. It's his inability to get out of a memory and be able to communicate not only in the present time, but he can't even talk about or reflect on the memory with words that he can form. He's kind of choked up, he's blocked up, and he's becoming aware of that.
I hope it helps people kind of reflect on people in their lives that might have a hard exterior, and maybe be understanding and give grace to those who have a hard time expressing themselves.
The excitement that I have is working with young people that have a desire and maybe get the experience of actually going through the process of somebody that's been in the business for a while.
And that's the beautiful part of it, is watching those two have a great dialogue and rapport for each other, even though he's been in the industry for, however long, and then we're just, diving into it. So it's been a great experience. It's been very educational.
That's what I was given at the U of A when I went here, was all of the professors in the drama department were nothing but encouraging.
I feel like it just represents how strong that network is, and how this university really teaches us how important it is to help and support other filmmakers trying to put important stories out.
Having Craig and Doria here working with us, it's given me a better idea of what working in the industry looks like.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap on Mr. Craig T. Nelson. I know that the most substantial amount of growth that I've had as a person was from the experience that I had to go through. My wife says it all the time, like, I'm not the same person that I was before that experience. And she said it's for the better. And it's kind of like what she said on that phone call, like, so it's knock you on your ass and everything's gonna change for the better. And she was totally spot on.
The experience for me was really refreshing. It's great. Gives you kind of a new awareness. Well, maybe this acting stuff ain't so bad, I
kind of just want to, say thank you to everybody who's helped along this journey and worked to make this thing happen, and giving me a platform to tell a type of story that I think is very important for everybody.